Hey folks, welcome back to Jerome Bee Farm and Homestead. It's Thursday, April 8th, and coming to you from down here at the barn. And I've got some of my old frames I took out when we did our first inspections of the year. We rotated our hives and I took out some really old frames. And bees have been up here kind of foraging on this. There's a little bit of honey in here, and they like to get the propolis off of here. And they get the wax too, and there was a little bit of bee bread in some of these, so they're up here getting what they want out of this. So as you saw, we're in the height of our spring nectar flow, so the red buds are in full bloom. When you walk by a red bud tree, you hear the bees, you just hear them in the air. So at lunchtime I came by here and I walked by, and I was listening to the bees in the red bud trees, and I heard a lot of bees up here, and I looked and I thought, man, there's a lot of bees foraging on these frames. And I looked over here and there was quite a few bees swarming around these boxes here. Let me show you what I'm talking about. So most of the bees were like out in this area flying around, and I was like, well, what are they getting out of this? And I thought, I wonder if that's a swarm. And I looked down here and I saw some bees fanning. So I was like, yeah, we got us a little swarm moving in here. So that's a neat thing. It's cool that they moved in here and didn't fly away or up in a tree somewhere where I couldn't get to them. Okay, so you may be wondering why I have these boxes here. So these are boxes with comb that's in good shape. And when I started doing my splits, or if I had to add a box to a single deep hive down there, I would have these ready. I keep them out here where the sun can get to them part of the day, and keeps the wax moths out. So these are here just kind of waiting for that. And these bees here found it and decided that they wanted to move in there. So nothing going on in this box. So each of these have 10 frames in them. I shouldn't keep these with the lids on them because you want the sun to get in there. Get this out of the way. So I didn't put any swarm traps out either. Not yet anyway. See what we got in here. I don't have my smoker. Oh yeah. So we've got, I'd say, 4 frames of bees. Not a huge swarm. We'll be real gentle with them and get these out and see what we find in here. Well, this frame, this is just an empty one. So all these over here are empty. Actually, they're all empty. There's no comb in this one. Well, I may give them some comb, help them out. Okay, so they're all festooning in here, and since these don't have comb, there's no way I won't find a queen, unless I see her up here, because they're all bunched up in like a ball. So let's I'll get some of these frames out of this and get them some frames in there. So that way they'll have something to work with. Yeah, here's a nice frame. It's older, but that's good comb. Let me get you a better shot of this. Yeah, so there's what we're looking at. So none of these frames have any comb on them at all. They're all blanks. So I'm going to spread them apart in the middle, and I'm going to put 2 or 3 frames in here and get them something to work with. All right, I'm going to pull. So I got 1 out. I'm going to take 2 more out of here. Let's see. I'll start right here. I want to be gentle with them. I don't want to freak them out and make them want to leave. So you can see them festooning in there across. So nice and slowly break them apart and lower this down in there. And I'm going to scoot over one more. And I'll probably put 2 in right here. So that cluster goes down to about the bottom on this one side. I don't want to use that frame. It's blank on this side. There's a good one. So this is a frame the queen can immediately start laying eggs in if she's a fertilized queen. Try and find a better frame. Here's one, doesn't look too bad. It's got a little bit of bee bread in it too. There we go. All right. So that kind of separated them up a little bit, but that's okay. They'll start working their way onto that comb, and hopefully the queen will get over there and start to laying, or if she's a virgin queen, she needs to get out and mate. But we'll figure that out later. Right now we're just trying to get them situated. So my next step, I'll get a bottom board and get a bottom board on them, and I'll orient it back around and let them get situated in this spot, and I'll move them in the evening back over to the main apiary, and I'll put them on a screen bottom board, and but I'll lock them in for a day. That screen bottom board will give them, you know, ventilation so they don't get too hot, but I'll lock them up. Unless we got a virgin queen in here, we don't want to do that because she needs to be able to get out and mate. So if I just moved them without locking them up, the foragers would leave the hive from down there to go out and forage, and when they go back to the hive, they would come up here to this location here, because this is their home right now. This is where they're programmed as their home. Or you can move them 3 miles away, leave them there for a week, and then bring them back. Same difference. That'll do it too. You got to move them 3 miles away so they don't recognize their home territory and go back to their old location. Okay, so they're set for now. We'll leave them alone and come back tomorrow, get a bottom board on this, and maybe I can pull those frames out then and look for that queen. Hope you enjoyed it. Give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel if you haven't, and we'll catch you on the next beekeeping video. Y'all take care.